guard
before the break we were talking about July 22nd 1994
balañ doon dem noppale ko ñu doon wax mbiri ñaar fukki fan ak ñaar weeru July 1994
we talked about how the soldiers arrived at State House and how responsibilities, they started distributing responsibilities and so forth.
wax nañ fi naka la soldat yi eggee ba dugg State House ak nañ commencé na di jox ku ci nekk li nga xam ne moo di sa cër.
You hid yourself at Tobacco Road.
nga dal di dem laxu ji Tobacco Road.
But eventually you came back out.
waaye gannaaw gi nga dal di génn.
Wow. Where were you deployed when you came out?
bi nga génnee na fan lañ la ebal pour nga liggéey.
First, I was working All Atlantic.
Initially, I was working at the All Atlantic.
Then I moved to the State House.
Then I later moved to the State House.
Why? No matter State House,
well, how I went to State House is
we make All Atlantic.
When we were at the All Atlantic.
Then you want to submit some list, some name. Could you make a soldier? Could you make a name sent to the?
We were told to submit our names, a list. Every soldier, wherever you are, let's submit our names.
We submitted some names from them State House.
After we submitted our names, it went to State House.
They were first list.
They made the first list.
When you going to post Farafenni?
My first posting was at Farafenni. But Yaya Jammeh,
Alagie,
he said Alagie Gaye
the State House
has to come to State House. What he did for Jawara, that's what he wants Alagie to do for him also.
So that when he is coup d'etat, you can save him and move him to same heaven?
It might be, yes.
Anyway, cut a long story short, you were deployed to State House.
Wow.
Yes.
And for how long were you there?
State House no la fa nek ba suma tam je ma jehal fofu.
I was at the State House until at the end of my term, then I finished from there.
What was your rank?
Corporal.
And did you receive any promotion while you were at State House?
No,
I was not given any promotion.
And which part of State House did you work at that time?
State House
Physical guard.
I was among the physical guard.
Physical guard for who?
State House, the uniform.
State House, there is a group who used to wear uniform. So I was among those people.
So you are no longer a bodyguard?
Bodyguard.
No, I was no longer a bodyguard.
So you would not be close to the head of state to be able to protect him in the event of something?
Bon dafa melni jege ñu la won président bi lool ngir mun ko aar bu fekkee ne dara xew na.
Did it?
Yes. No.
So you could not do for Jammeh what you did for Jawara?
Bon nak do mënon a defal Jammeh li nga defal Jawara?
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so you left the army well, you were initially gendarmerie.
Wow.
Wa ca njëlbeen gendarmerie nga won.
When the Jammeh government took over, did you become TSG or you became army?
Bi Jammeh jëlé réew mi nak TSG nga won ndax soldat nga nekkon?
No, gendarmerie mo ñu tonto TSG, from TSG then to soldat.
Yeah, it was the gendarme unit which became the TSG, and also the TSG now became part of the army.
So you became part of the Presidential Guard that was later made State Guard.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So when did you leave the army?
1998.
1998.
And what did you do when you left the force?
Binga baye nak lo don def.
Sila travel after Togna for an year, then I travel to America.
I sat down for almost 1 year. Then I traveled to America.
When did you return to this country?
Anga delu siwati rewmi.
That is 2009 or 10.
If I can remember, it was either in 2009 or 2010.
Okay. So, but you were in the country until 2011?
Wayangi wonchi rewmi be atum 2011.
Wow, yes. I'm on time when I'm
Yes, I was in the country, but there was a time when I also traveled to Mali.
Yes, we would talk about that very, very, very briefly.
Wow, dinañ waxtane lol nak way ñu tenk ko gën ko gattal bu baaxa baaxa.
Just very, very briefly. Perhaps maybe not even we may drop that issue because it's not so central to what we have to deal with.
Mun na am sax duñ laal fan bobu ndax te xejna bokku ci fi nga xamne fofu lañ jublu.
Ci liñ gëna jublu li gëna tax liggéey bi. So let's talk about 2011 August.
Légui ñu wax nak mbiri wéri August atu 2011.
Dama nekkon suma kër in Sukuta Nema.
I was in my home at Sukuta Nema.
Bori ñaari waxtu jëm ñetti waxtu.
Between 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock.
What time of the day? Morning or afternoon?
Ci bëccëg la wala ci guddi?
Guddi la.
It was at night.
Okay, at night. Early hours of the morning.
Melni ca boori fajar.
maa ngi nelaw.
I was asleep.
Suma jabar mu ne ma.
My wife said to me,
am na ñuy kunkum bunta bi.
there are people knocking at the door.
Ma jóg.
I got up.
Ma dem ubbi bunta bi.
I went and opened the door.
You did not ask who was at the door before?
Waaw laajte naa loolu ma ne kan fa nekk.
I asked before, who is there?
ñu ne ma NIA officers lañ they come for me.
They said there were NIA officers who came for me.
Did they tell you their names?
Wax nañ la ñoom ñoy ñan seen tur.
No, waxuma seen tur.
No, they didn't tell me their names.
Ma ubbi bunta bi.
I opened the door.
So ma dégg ñu ngi wax ñoom seen boppa ñu dugg si biir néeg bi.
So when I opened the door, they came inside.
ñu dem ak man.
I went with them.
Yóbbu ma seen si gannaaw kër bi ma dendoon.
Did they tell you why they wanted to go with you at that stage?
Jamono bobu waxon nañ la lan mo tax ñu bëgg ànda yow.
No, waxuñ ma dara.
No, they didn't tell me anything.
Bu ma demee ak ñoom.
When I went with them,
yóbbu ma boo génnee suma kër la beneen kër bu fa dendee.
after you leave my compound, the next compound near me,
man fekk ñu fa teg ñetti oto.
they took me to that place and I found 3 vehicles there.
Dugal ma si benn oto bi foofu.
And I was made to board one of the vehicles.
Did they restrain you in any way?
Dañ la ceene woon wala dara?
No, ceene ñu.
No, I was not restrained.
Did they put anything on you?
Am na dara loo xam ne def nañ ko si yow.
On that day, they defuñ ma dara that day.
No, on that day, they didn't do anything to me.
So you walked freely with them?
Mel ni da nga dox noonu rek sa coobare ak ànda ñoom.
Wow.
Yes.
So you entered the vehicle?
Léegi nag nga dugg ci moto bi.
Were you guarded while you were in the vehicle?
Ba nga nekkee ci moto bi ñu ngi la doon garde.
Dañ ma sandwich ñaari nit ñoo tekkee mu nekk seen dëkk.
I was sandwiched by 2 people.
Proceed.
Eggali.
Ma dugg si oto bi ñu taal oto bi ñu dem ba Sukuta si light bi.
And after boarding the vehicle, we left and we went up to around Sukuta.
Mooy si main Johnson buy demee Bourse bi ak beneen buy demee Sukuta.
And it was at the main junction where you have the Brusubi road and the road going to Sukuta.
The Sukuta Jabang Junction, right?
Wow. So mo fekk am na benn oto bu fa nekk oto Lamin Cham la mu ngi nekk serious crime unit.
We found a vehicle there belonging to Lamin Cham, a member of the serious crimes unit.
How do you know that that vehicle belonged to Lamin Cham?
Naka nga xamee ne Lamin Cham moom moto bi?
Suma néebolo te dama ko di gisee oto bi.
He is my neighbor and I used to see him in the vehicle.
Proceed, please.
So Luis Gomez Wacha.
So Luis Gomez alighted from the vehicle.
NIA officer, then director of operation NIA.
He was the director of operations at the NIA. In fact, he led the team who came to me. He went and talked to Lamin Cham.
Just let me take you a step backwards. I had earlier asked you, you know the NIA officers who came to arrest you. Now you are mentioning Luis Gomez. Was Luis part of the arresting team?
Hara ñu delu gannaaw tuuti njëkkoon naa laa laaj ndax xam nga ñi ñëw pour arrest la fi mu nekk nag yaa ngi tudda turu Luis Gomez moomu ndax moom bokkoon na ci ñëwoon pour arrest la.
Wow.
Yes.
Who else came to arrest you apart from Luis Gomez?
Usman Bojang.
Usman Bojang.
And who else?
Lamin Cham gisoon na is part of the team. Ndax moom action na suma kër na action suma kër na loolu leeruma.
Lamin Cham was part of the team, but whether he came all the way to my compound or not, that's where I'm not sure.
How many people arrested you from your house?
ñaata nit ñoo ñëw jëlee la sa néeg?
There were many.
As in how many?
Maanaam ñaata?
Because ñetti oto lañ indoon.
Because they came with 3 vehicles.
So am na ñoo xam ne man gisuma leen.
There were some whom I didn't even see.
But how many did you recognize?
ñaata ci ñoom nga ci xàmmee?
Muy Luis Gomez.
Luis Gomez.
Usman Bojang.
Usman Bojang.
Lamin Cham.
Lamin Cham.
But for Lamin Cham, you don't know whether he came to your house.
waaye pour Lamin Cham moom nga ne óorut la ndax egsi na sa néeg.
Wow.
Yes.
Waaye moom Lamin Cham.
But Lamin Cham.
dafa am lu mu bëgg a leeral fii.
There's something which I want to clarify here.
Before ñu ñëw arrest ma.
Before they came to arrest me,
am na benn bés boo xam ne moom Lamin Cham ñëw na suma kër.
there was a day when Lamin Cham came to my home.
bu mu ñëwee suma kër.
When he came to my home,
bu mu demee.
after he left,
suma jabar mu ne ma.
my wife said to me,
mu ne ma yow de kii si kër li sa kër la yow laa dugg sa kër.
he said to me, you are the person who, this man, it is only you who comes, it is only your compound that this man visits.
No, kii yow laa dugg sa kër.
Waaw kii yow laa dugg sa kër.
Would that not mean you are allowing this guy to enter your home?
Wow.
Yes.
All right. So,
waaw loolu moom ñëwoon na fa mu dem.
He came there and left.
Why did your wife tell you that?
lu tax sa yaay wax sa jabar wax la ne ndax kii nga nangu mu dugg sa kër?
Lamin Cham ñoom xam nañ ne ñu bëri moom moo leen di arrest yóbbu leen.
Lamin Cham, a lot of people knew that he is the person who makes arrests and take them away.
What work was he doing at the time?
jamono boobu ban liggéey la Lamin Cham doon def?
moom police la.
He is a police.
Okay. All right. Do you know what, at that time, what responsibilities did he have in the police?
jamono jooju xamoon nga moom ban place la yore woon ci police bi?
moom man time boobu xawma ko.
That time I don't know.
Okay. So, but it was subsequent to his visit to your home that you were arrested.
Bon dafa mel ni gannaaw bu mu ñëwee sa kër gannaaw boobu ci lañ la arrest.
Wow.
Yes.
How long after were you arrested?
diggante bi mu ñëwee sa kër ak diggante biñ la arresté lan la toll?
Not some week, some days.
It was less than a week, just a few days.
So how did you react when you saw him on the road with his vehicle parked and the head of your arresting party leave the vehicle to go and talk to him?
léegi yow naka nga ko gisee nag bi nga xamee ne dem ngeen ba ci yoon wi ak ñi la arrest ngeen fekk ko ak motoom ki leen jiite woon wala ki jiite woon ñi ñëwoon jàppasi la mu wàcc dem di wax ak moom.
loolu daf ma delluwaat ci lu ma suma jabar waxoon.
It took my mind back to what my wife told me.
And then what happened after that?
gannaaw loolu nag lu xew.
ñëwuma NIA headquarters.
He took me to the NIA headquarters.
mooy NIA headquarters la.
Yes, the NIA headquarters.
Where about was it located?
Banjul.
Banjul.
Where in Banjul?
ban boor ci Banjul la NIA office ba nekk.
mooy old bi GPMB office bi.
It is the old
GPMB. Minister of Justice foofu ñoo ma dellu.
Just behind the Ministry of Justice, the old GPMB building.
What time did you arrive there?
ban waxtu nga egga NIA?
So maybe around 4 o'clock la neka.
Maybe it will be around 4 o'clock.
Still early hours of the morning.
Wow.
Yes.
And tell us what happened when you arrived there.
I was made to alight from the vehicle.
Luis Gomez
said to me, he asked me, what are you doing?
What are you engaged in?
What are you engaged in? Okay. I said to him, I'm not engaged in anything. He said to me, we know.
They know.
They will know it.
Proceed.
So
after that, they took me into a cell.
Which one?
Cell, inside room, but it's a cell.
Inside there was a room where they took me to, but it's a cell. That's how I saw it. I don't know, but it's a cell anyway.
Before they put you in the cell, did they tell you what offense you committed?
They
didn't tell me anything except what Luis Gomez told me.
Did they tell you that you had a right to a lawyer?
No, they didn't tell me anything like that.
Did they give you the opportunity to speak to a lawyer?
Did it?
No.
Did they give you the opportunity to speak to members of your family?
Did it?
No.
So they just put you in the cell?
Wow.
Yes.
Were you there alone?
I was alone there.
What happened to your clothes at the time?
They removed my belt and they searched me and took away some of my belongings.
And then what happened?
I was in the cell there.
I
spent the night there and spent the whole day there also until in the evening, the following day, when it was time to break fast. I told them I am fasting, so can you give me some water to break my fast? They gave me water to drink, and I think they gave me bread also with sardines. I continued like that till the following day.
Was that the only food you had that evening, considering that you were fasting the whole day?
Wow,
Yes, yes, that's all. And in fact, they took my money, which I was having, and bought those things out of my money.
And then?
The third day,
around 6 o'clock in the evening, Usman Bojan came and collected me. They took me to Tanje.
Why Tanje?
Tanje,
they have a post there. The NIA, that post belongs to them.
So there is an NIA post in Tanje. This is what you're suggesting.
wow.
Yes.
Is this place generally known as an NIA post?
Well, at that place, what I saw there, that place is a little bit hidden. Because it's near the seaside. A lot of people can just pass by, but they will not know.
In your view, would you say it's a secret place, it's a rendition place?
yow ci sa wàlli gis-gis na di nga mën a wax ni béréb la boo xam ne place yi sekkare la buñ laaxa foofu.
Ouf kay man dama gis mooy ni fii kuñ fi rey moom jenn ndax boo xesee sa kenn du ko xam.
Yes, but what I realized about that place is that even if somebody is killed there, nobody will know. Even if the smell goes out, it will not be known. Even if you shout, nobody will hear you. They can kill you and bury you there. Nobody will know.
So,
this is why I take that place as a very bad place.
So tell us what happened when you got there.
After we alighted from the vehicle, I saw somebody whom I knew that was among them.
That was part of them?
Was part of them, yes.
Wow. Samba Sow.
Somebody called Samba Sow, Bach.
Bach for Indian Police.
And his other name is Indian Police.
One time we have a seaport beef, director of SIS, while
one time he also worked at the seaport, director of SIS, but now he is posted at Basse. So when he saw me, he looked at me and I looked at him. Where he turned, he went behind the building. He told me to go in.
Do you know what he was doing behind the building?
Oh, he's part of them. And he knew that I know him and I saw him.
So
he was trying to hide himself so that I will not recognize him. That's how I went inside.
Just let me take you a few steps backwards. You spent 3 days at the NIA. You were questioned the first day. Were you questioned in the subsequent days before you were taken to the rendition place in Tanje?
No, nobody talks to me.
Okay. So on this third day, you were taken to Tanje. You arrived there. You saw Bach Samba Sow. He was trying to hide from you, and you said Bach Samba Sow is Indian Police. That's how you call him. He worked at the seaport, and now he's director of SIS posted in Basse. That's what you said, correct?
Wow, Lola?
Yes, that's it.
How many people took you there?
Usman Bojang,
Usman Bojang plus 2 people. I think these are the people who took me there.
Usman Bojang, where does he work, or where did he work at the time?
Usman Bojang, jamana bubu fan la don liggéey.
He was among the blacks.
What do you mean by among the blacks?
Lo tekki bo waxe dafa bokk ci blacks di ñu ñuul ñi.
No black uniform lañ daan sol. Dal sax daf daan ñuul.
They were the people who used to wear the black uniform. Even their shoes are all black.
As far as you know, the blacks, were they the junglers or they were some other force, as far as you know?
Yo, ci sa xam-xam tollu ndax black yooyu dañ bokk ci jungle yi wala ñoom seen mbiri bopp la.
They are all the same.
Okay. So Usman Bojang took you there, and who else?
Legi Usman Bojang yóbbu la fa moo kan?
Driver bi.
With the driver.
Do you know his name?
Xam nga turam?
No, xamoo turam.
No, I don't know his name.
Was any other person involved?
Am na keneen ku ci bokka?
Waaw am na ku ci bokkoon.
Yes, somebody else was there.
Na foofu danaa fa ñu mooy fourth day bi.
I will come there.
I'm talking about those who took you to the NIA, to the Tanje office, the NIA outfit or satellite office in Tanje.
No, Usman Bojang and me.
No, it's Usman Bojang and these 2.
The driver and who else?
Driver be ak kan?
You can't.
That I cannot remember his name.
And how was this person, this third person, how was he dressed?
Ñetteel bi moom naka la solo?
Oh, dañ de solo rek simis jinon jag simple rek waaye nekku ne ñoom dañ de sol mu sol ñuul also.
No, he was dressed in civilian clothes, jean and jacks or anything else, but it doesn't mean that they all...
Usman Bojang was black.
Usman Bojang, black la woon.
How?
Yes.
Was he wearing black uniform?
Mu ngi soloon ay yére yu ñuul.
Am na bés boo xam ne gis naa ko mu sol yére ñuul.
There was that day he didn't wear that, but there is a day that I saw him in black.
So the day you were being taken to the Tanje outfit, they were all dressed in mufti.
Bés bañ laa yóbbu ca béréb booba nekk Tanje ñoom ñëpp kenn solul uniforme.
No solo uniform, ñoom sax most of them sax sumbuya yi nii lañ de sol da ngay foog ne sax ay xam nga mbàccaan nañ ne la naama la noonu lañ dee dress boo xam ne sax da ngaa nii sax ñi sax they are sapping.
Well, that day, to me, none of them were uniform. In fact, their hats were these local hats called sumbuya, the hat that covers the whole of the head.
Okay, so they arrived there and you saw Bach Samba Sow. He was trying to hide from behind the building. What else happened?
Léegi ñu yóbbu la fa nga gis Bach Samba Sow mu doon jéem a làqu ca gannaaw néeg ba gannaaw loolu lu xew.
You know what they
told me to go in, so I went into the room. When I went in,
Luis
Gomez was sitting down.
Liz Gomez or Luis Gomez?
Liz Gomez or Luis Gomez?
Who is director of Operation NIA? Man, I pronunciation problem. I think it's Luis.
He was the director of operations at the NIA. Maybe it's the pronunciation that I cannot make correctly, but I think it's Luis.
Where is he now?
I think he has passed away.
And then what happened?
You know, there is nothing to waste here.
They said to
me,
they don't have time to waste.
You know what
They told me to go in. There was another room there just like a store.
Like my handcuff.
And that's the time when they cuffed my hands. And I was made to lie down on the ground.
That's the time about 6 or 5 or 8.
That was the time when they all came, I think 6, 5 or 8 of them.
Feeling more openly tutti, more openly tutti.
The cables they had, I can say, is a little bit bigger than the object he just showed.
That's the microphone?
That's the microphone cable.
You get nylon bag, you move.
And they took a nylon bag and placed it over my head. And I was made to lie down. And that's the time when they started beating me, torturing me. It was very painful. And a lot of blood came out of my body. The whole place was blood. After that, they went on beating me. Beating me.
3 to 5 hours.
It went on up to 3 to 5 hours they were beating me.
Around 5 o'clock.
Maybe till around 5 o'clock. They came and put me at a place. They said to me, tomorrow, what we are going to do to you will be more than what we did to you today. They said to me, you will talk for yourself. We will not ask you any question, but you will talk for yourself.
6 o'clock.
And they waited until around 6 o'clock.
Man Bojang Indian my NIA headquarters.
Man Bojang brought me back to the NIA headquarters.
Okay. We want to know who was involved in the beating.
First, hamo ñan la.
Initially, I didn't know who were involved.
After buñ ma
after I was released,
the 3 days,
after 3 days,
dama ne gëna xamna Lamin Cham te gis na ne bokko ni ci ñi.
I said, as far as I saw Lamin Cham and I know that he is part of these people,
dama dem ci mom ak lu intelligent dana ma wax ñan la.
I will go to him with all his intelligence. He will tell me who they are.
We would come to that later. As at this time you were beaten for the first day, who would you say was involved in beating you?
Oya la bokon.
Oya was there.
Pajero ci la bokon.
Pajero was part of them.
This Jata, Jata, I forget his name again, Jata.
One Jata.
Like a former army commander.
A younger brother of a former army commander.
Of the former
army commander. Mom, Kokumon, Ringabu, I'm also follow my feeling. But that's why here, this one.
In fact, he had a ring on his hand. That's what he used to beat me.
Which force did he belong to?
Soldier. Yes. For now, black is a bokon, black, more disjunglers.
Yes, he was a soldier, but I think he was one of the black. I mean, in fact, his name is Malik Jata.
And you indicated that there was a cut on your head, correct?
Dog mu ngi ni fi boko xolé dama gis di mag fi xolal fi nga xol fi ci di defet fi ba legi ni ne ni swal.
Yeah, you can still see that this area is swollen. It is different from this other side.
These people you have named are junglers, correct?
Ñi nga joxe sen tour ni junglers lañ na.
Wow.
Yes.
But you have earlier told us that you were taken there by Louis Bachsamba Sow. You were taken there by Luis Gomez and Usman Bojang, and Bachsamba Sow was present.
Luis and Usman Bojang ñoo la fa yóbbu woon te booba Bachsamba Sow mu ngi teew.
Did they participate in your torture?
Bokkoon nañ ci ñi la doon dóor.
Mënuma wax ne bokk nañ fa mënuma wax ne bokk ndax buñ la muuree te ay nit ñu bokk da def dara doo xam ku def ak ku def.
Well, I cannot say whether they took part in the beating because if your head is covered, you will not be able to know who were the people who really beat you.
From your appreciation of the setup, would you say that they were also complicit to what was happening to you at that time?
Yow ci ni nga seetloo mbir ni nga xam ne noonu la tëreewoon ndax yow sa gis-gis xalaat nga ne ñoom am nañ loxo ci li nga xam ne moo doon xew jamono boobu.
Waaw am nañ ci loxo.
Yes, they have a hand in it.
Usman Bojang brought you there, correct?
Usman Bojang moo la fa yóbbu du noonu.
Moom bët bu set moom maa yóbbu Usman Bojang.
And every day he's the person who takes me.
And it was done together with Luis Gomez, correct?
Te mu ngi ko doon defandoor ak Luis Gomez du noonu.
Usman Bojang moom ma di jël si Luis Gomez dañ ko faree fekka.
Usman Bojang comes for me, but Luis Gomez, we meet him there.
And what was Luis Gomez's role while you were there?
Jamono gi nga fa nekkee nag Luis Gomez moom lu mu doon def.
ñoom moom moo ma doon wax.
And he's the guy who used to talk with them.
And he would be the guy, would he be the guy to ask, who asked the questions?
Ndax moom moo la doon laaj ngay tontu.
moom lu ma dee wax mooy ndax da nga wax doodu wax.
This is the person who asks me, will you talk or not?
Okay, now we know the role played by Luis Gomez, we know the role played by Usman Bojang. How about Bachsamba Sow?
Léegi nag xam nañ taxawaayu Luis Gomez xam nañ taxawaayu Usman Bojang naka Bachsamba Sow nag moom.
Bachsamba Sow moom foofu laa ko fekk mu ngi toog waaye after nag bu ma dugalee si biir nit ki ma kii moom gisatuma ko.
I found my Chambaso there sitting. But when they took me inside, I didn't see him anymore.
So as far as what you can recall goes, you do not have any cogent reason to say that he actually participated in your torture.
Bon mu ngi mel ni yow daal ci sa wàllu gis-gis amul loo fen fu wér foo xam ne dinga fa mën a sukkandiku pour wane ne moom bokkoon na ci ñi la doon mitital.
Okay.
Yes.
What?
Ndax lu xew mooy.
Because what happened is,
buñ ma bàyyee.
when I was released,
ma dem de pour andi fii nii finance minister pour kii nii suma pension bi pour da ko jël suma xaalis.
when I went to the finance ministry to take my
ma jëlee suma ID card boo gisee ma la wax this person dafa important.
The reason why I'm saying this portion, it's important.
ma demee pour da jël suma xaalis.
When I went to collect my money,
moom bay ci boppam.
by himself,
ak keneen.
plus somebody else.
ñu ma doon monitor toppam.
They were monitoring me. In fact, they followed me.
So bu nekkee ne moom mën naa def loolu.
If he could do that,
then moom ci ñooñ team boobu la bokk.
then he must be among the team.
waaw so loolu moo tax ma xam ne.
That's why I knew.
After bu ma liggéey maa moom ñu ngi liggéey du ma dem mën a xool ci bët.
After when we were working together, he cannot even look me in the eye.
But Mr. Witness, you would accept.
Waaye seede bi dinga nangu ne.
Following you around doesn't mean that that person had beaten you previously.
No, it is when Usman Bojang cuts his fast, that's the time he comes to pick me up.
Which therefore, if that is to be accepted, it means you are normally taken after 8 p.m., not 6 a.m., not 6 p.m.
Bon mun nañu wax nak ne jamono jila Usman Bojang de jël si bon gannaaw juroom ñetti waxtu la ci guddi nekkul gannaaw juroom benn.
No, 8 bu dee aga 8.
It doesn't.
Waaye man sel bi dama di gis ni 6 o'clock lañ ko do ubbi.
It doesn't.
Moom time bu ñëwee ñu dem Ousmane Boy mu ñëw 6 o'clock mu ñëw wala ñu ne Ousmane Boy mu ngi dog bu dogee ba pare si lañ laa yóbbu.
Because they open
time bu fona some minutes to 7 or after 7 lañ de dog daal. Something like that.
They open the cell doors at 6, but they tell me that Usman Bojang is cutting his fast, and afterwards he will come and pick up. I think it might be around 7 or after 7.
Tell us about the second day of torture.
Wax ñu nak mbiri ñaareelu bés mitital yi la doon def.
Boobu itam dañ ñëw ñu ne ma the same process ñu ne ma waaw ñun duñ waste suñu time yow yaay wax.
That also, when they took me, the same thing they told me, we will not waste time. You are the person who is going to talk.
ñu yóbbaan ma the same process lañ ma ñu yóbbaan ñu ma defoon tan noonu lañ ma def ñu jàpp ma dóor ma.
They took me the same process. They beat me up also that day.
jëlaat nylon bag bi itam teg ko suma ko.
And they used the same nylon bag, put it over my head.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Did you see the beaters on this occasion?
Jamono booba nag ndax gisoon nga ñi la doon def mitital yooyu.
Gis am na ñoo xam ne xàmmee naa leen waaye xamuma leen mënuma xam seen tur but I recognize them.
There are some people among them whom I can recognize, but I don't know them.
You mentioned some names for the first day. Oya, Pajero, Malik Jata.
Tur yim la limal nii tuddoon nga leen ca bés bu njëkk ba bokkoon ci ñi la doon mitital.
Were they involved in the second day?
Bokkoon nañ ci ñaareelu bés bi.
ñooñu every day ñu fa.
Those people were there every day.
As torturers.
ñoom dañ bokkoon ci ñi la mitital.
Wow.
Yes.
How about Luis Gomez? Was he there?
Luis Gomez mu ngi fa woon.
moom moo ma dee laaj moom moo taxaw na pare ngaa pour waxam bi moom waxam du dee bëri ndax da nga waxam doo wax rek mu ne kay acca dem de.
He's the guy who asks me a question. Are you ready to talk or no? Then he will tell the guys to start.
How about Bach Samba Sow?
Bach Samba Sow nag.
moom depuis first day kere nag gisatuma ko teguma ko bët.
From the first day I saw him, I didn't see him again.
Would it be safe to say that the NIA officers you can identify for the second day were Luis Gomez and Usman Bojang?
Bon mun nañoo wax ne waa NIA yi nga xam ne xamee nga leen ci ñi bokkoon ci ñaareelu bés bi mooy Usman Bojang ak Luis Gomez.
Wow.
Yes.
But for the second day, what time were you taken to the place, Tanje?
ñaareelu bés bi nag moom ban waxtu lañ la jël yóbbu la Tanje?
di same waxtu la Ousmane Bojang dañu rek.
It's the same time that Usman Bojang comes.
At what time were you returned?
Ban waxtu ngay dellu si waat?
The same time lañ ma de delloo rek boori before 6 noonu bu taxalee leer nii rek dama di gis ne leer bi du ma di gis time. So
at the same time when it starts to be light, when the sun is about to go down, that's the time. When the sun is about to come out, that's the time they take me.
So you said you were tortured for 5 days. Was it exactly the same system, the same way of doing things for all the 5 days?
nga ne juróomi fan lañ la toppale di la dóor ndax juróomi bés yooyu yëpp jamono bu ci nekk ci anam yi ñu ko dee defee moom lañ dee baamtuwaat rek bu set ba egg juróomi fan.
waaw ñoom bët bu set noonu la amul benn bés boo xam ne ni duñ put nylon bag suma bag.
Yes, they do the same thing every day, and every day they put this nylon bag over my head.
Was it the same people?
benn nit yi la.
waaw benn nit ñi la ndax benn groupe bi laa de gis.
It's the same people because I see the same group.
Sorry, but fourth day bi.
Sorry, on the fourth day.
ci la boobu am a difference.
There was a difference.
Wow.
What was the difference?
Ana ute bi.
There are fourth day bi.
On the fourth day.
boobu laa de call D-Day.
That's what I call D-Day.
Why?
Why?
dafa am ku Ousmane Bojang dafa ma ne dafa am nefi Yaaya Jammeh foog naa mbokki Yaaya Jammeh la daal relative Yaaya Jammeh foog naa nefim da wax na am a cousin am also dafa war a ñëw ànd ak ñun.
Yes, that day I was told that Yaaya Jammeh's relative, whether his cousin or nephew, was to come along with us.
To go with you where?
Where they are going to torture me at Tanje.
So
Then I knew by myself that
right now
right now me where I am,
Yaya
Jammeh knows my condition. He knows that I am under custody. And he knows that also these people are questioning me. And maybe he might have interest to know the truth from me.
Do you know the name of that Yaya Jammeh relative?
Well,
no, I forgot his name. But I think Usman Bojang told me his name.
So, but exactly Tupi.
No, but I cannot really say the name. I cannot remember the name now.
Okay.
He's a fair-colored person.
The same color as man, for not the same height that. So
maybe he might be the same height with me, the same color with me.
Because this now personally, because that day Mangmom Usman Boyang, with my mom Usman Boyang, you sandwich no under them.
I saw him personally on that day because it was himself and Usman Bojang who had sandwiched me inside the vehicle.
Why do you think Yaya Jammeh was involved in this?
Because 3 days they were taking me and torturing me.
That day, you know, Yaya Jammeh dafa ñu andé mom lañu xaar. Mbokam ni ñu and ak mom lañu xaar. Then ma xamne den Yaya Jammeh am na ci interest.
And that's the day, that 4th day that they told me Yaya Jammeh's relative is coming and we are going along with him. So this is why I thought that Yaya Jammeh is aware of things.
So for you, that is just an intelligent guess.
Wow.
Yes.
So what happened on that 4th day?
When we reached, they questioned me. They asked me what did I tell Kaba Bajo Aknyan the NIA.
Numo
Kujabi was the Director General at the NIA. They asked me what did I tell Kaba Bajo and Numo Kujabi. I told them that what I told Kaba Bajo is the truth. The truth is always bitter. But whatever the case may be, people will have to tell the truth. Even if you are going to lose your life, but always try and tell the truth. And I will say it. I told them, this is what I told Lamin Kababajo.
And that was what?
I went to Lamin Kababajo. At that time, he was a minister. I went up to his office. I said to him, Kaba, we were sitting down. We were all gendarme officers. Lantombong, Modou Gaye, and all those people who were accused. They were accused that there was a general in Guinea-Bissau. Because already the court be ruled now. Because already the court has ruled. That Langtombong cannot go and collect that general, but maybe he did something. That they must have a connection.
It's not correct.
That's what I saw, that it's not correct. But I want you to tell Yaya Jammeh that is not true. Because if you don't tell the truth, the truth belongs to Allah. But I saw it for myself that me, I know. This is why I went and explained this to Lamin Kababajo. What I told him is that Kukoy Samba Sanyang,
Ablai Wada,
President
Senegal,
the president of Senegal,
former president of Senegal,
former president of Senegal, when I went to Mali and I was there, one of Babanding's younger brothers, Jalimakan Suso, he told me, Ukoy Samba Sanyang came here. When he came there and was in Mali, Yaya Jammeh himself, he sent some people so that they can kill Kukoy Samba Sanyang in Babanding Sisoho's compound. Babanding himself confirmed that that was true. But himself, Babanding, what he said was
to kill Kukoy how? Assassin team
it was an assassination team so that they can go and kill Kukoy.
How was he to be killed?
No,
he didn't tell me that.
And who are members of this assassination team?
In Mali
in Mali there, those who went,
because
they left a picture there because when they arrived there, they were pictured, and I saw that photograph.
Could you identify any one of them?
I didn't recognize any of them.
So I don't know.
Some of them had a lot of hair, but I didn't recognize them.
But you say Babanding confirmed to you that there was this plot to assassinate Kukoy while in Mali.
Yes, Babanding himself told me, I refused. Babanding said he refused and said, nobody will kill this man in my compound.
But would you really think that if Yaya Jammeh wanted to assassinate Kukoy while he was at Babanding's house in Mali, you think he would inform Babanding that he was doing that?
Fok nga ne Yaya Jammeh su bëggoon rey Kukoy ca kër Babanding ba nekk ca Mali ndax foog nga ne ni kon dina ko doon yëgal Babanding ne loolu la bëgg a def.
Waaw lu xew mooy Babanding
what happened was that Babanding
dafa bëggoon a boole Yaya Jammeh ak Kukoy.
He wanted to put together these two people, Yaya Jammeh and Kukoy.
Need dialogue pare lu nekk seen diggante Yaya Jammeh balal ko.
To dialogue so that they can talk to each other, so that whatever was in between them, Yaya will forgive Kukoy. I think Babanding himself called Yaya Jammeh. Yaya said to him, I want him to die.
That's why this team go there.
That's why this team went there.
Understand? We may probably never get to the bottom of this.
Okay.
But what else happened in Mali that is in relation to your arrest, Ablaye Wade and all this story?
Wow.
Xejna li duñ ega ca ci pandaw ga way lu mëna xew Mali dal xejna lolu mo sabab japp bi nga xamne mom lañ la japp.
Wow. So we would want to know what happened in relation to the story that you started about Ablaye Wade and Kukoy.
Legi nak dañ bëgga xam li xew ci li nga wax fi mbiri Ablaye Wade ak Kukoy.
So
Jalima Khan said,
Ablaye Wade dafa fay Kukoy Samba Sanyang.
Ablaye Wade paid Kukoy Samba Sanyang
1 million CFA.
1 million CFA.
1 million CFA.
100 million CFA.
100 million CFA.
So 100 million CFA bobu.
That 100 million CFA.
Former minister, minister Faraba Senghor.
There was one former minister, Faraba Senghor.
Mom la joxon xaliss bi Ablaye Wade.
Ablaye Wade gave the money to that man.
Waye mu ne Ablaye Wade xaliss bi Faraba Senghor mom.
But they said that Faraba Senghor
mom 10 million la jox CFA kini nataza Kukoy Samba Sanyang.
He gave only 10 million CFA to Kukoy Samba Sanyang.
What was that money for?
Xaliss bu pour lan la?
Pour fay Kukoy mu assassin mu dare nguru Yaya Jammeh bi fi Gambia.
To pay Kukoy so that he can topple Yaya Jammeh's government in the Gambia here.
Let's get this. It's quite interesting. Yaya Jammeh was planning to assassinate or eliminate Kukoy in in Mali, while Ablaye Wada was also using Kukoi to topple Yaya Jammeh. Is that it?
Lii nag moom lu doy waar la de jamono ji nga xamee ne Yaya Jammeh mu ngi def ay pexeem pour rey Kukoi benn jamono woowu tam Ablaye Wada mu ngi sant Kukoi pour mu daaneel nguuru Yaya Jammeh.
Well,
yes, that's what he told me.
Quite intriguing, but we just put it in the basket of hearsay.
Loolu daal am na solo waaye ñu bàyyi ko rek ne loolu waxi dégg la rek.
Waaw xam nga da ngeen wax TRRC na da ngeen di déglu hearsay.
Yeah, it was said that TRRC also listened to hearsay.
Yes.
Wow.
So, bu loolu amee.
When that happened,
Kukoy Samba Sanyang. Moom itam ñu bañ mu ne neenan nitam yi duñ move.
He also refused and said his people will not move.
General boobu nekkoon Guinea-Bissau foofu la bokk.
The general that was in Guinea-Bissau was also part of it.
What's his name?
No, xamatudam.
No, I don't know his name.
Was it the same general who was supposedly or allegedly linked with Langtombong for the 2009 issue or the charges that were leveled against him?
Wow. General bi nga xam ne moom lañ tuumaaloon moo Langtombong.
Yes.
But you don't know the person's name.
Xamatudam. So moom Jalima xam mu ne ma.
I don't know his name, but Jalima Khan told me.
ñoom moom ci team bu da bokkoon si ñun ci la bokk.
He was part of that team.
But he's a Jali. What kind of role would he play in that plot to assassinate Yaya Jammeh? Or topple Yaya Jammeh?
Gewel la woon rek moom ban cër la amoon pour ñu
tudam
That is his name.
So bu ñëwee mu ne bu ñëwaan dañ daan ñëw fii nii Apollo Hotel lañ daan dal.
He said when they come to the Gambia, they used to stay at the Apollo Hotel.
Mais foofu mu nekkoon seen meeting point.
That was their meeting point.
By the way, did Kukoi take the 10 million CFA?
Na Kukoi jëloon na fukki million CFA yooyu.
Loolu moom xamoo ko.
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
After nag foofu noonu.
After that,
si la Kukoi tan bañ.
And Kukoi also refused.
Waaye ñoom luñ paroon pour def pour Gambia.
But what they wanted to do about Gambia.
For Gambia.
For Gambia.
Lu ma Jalima Khan wax mooy.
What Jalima Khan told me was.
Dañoo hire ay commando.
They will hire commandos.
Dañoo attack State House.
They will attack State House.
So te loolu man ci man bu ma gisee mooy Banjul boo demee State House mais da nga attaque foofu federal nit ñi bëri ñooy dee Gambia.
But what I saw about it is that
just tell us the facts.
You attack State House, a lot of people will die.
Just tell us the facts. If we need your opinion, we will ask.
Okay, no problem.
All right, tell us the facts. Proceed. So Jalimaha told you that their plan was to contract commandos, mercenaries to storm State House in Banjul. That's what he told you.
Yes.
That's okay.
Yes.
So was this the story you explained to Kababajo?
Yes, Lola Kababajo.
Yes, that's what I told Kababajo. I told him to go and tell Yaya Jammeh, but it should remain between the two of us.
Well, it should remain between the three of you.
Yes.
And then you believe that this is the reason why you were arrested?
Wow, he is on something.
Yes, I thought that when they arrested me, they thought that I was up to something.
When
I was released, they told me, the person who reported me, they explained that to me.
We will come to all that. So, after the fourth day of interrogation, when Yaya Jammeh's supposed representative or relative was present, did you give them any information about this particular story?
Gannaaw ñenenti fan yooyu nga xam ne ci lañ wax nag ne mbokk Yaya Jammeh boobu mu ngi war a ñëw ànd si ak yow ndax am na dara loo leen wax lu aju ci mbir mi nii.
Waaw keroog laa ko wax dama gis ne bu ma ko waxee wax ji léegi bàyyi foos wax ji noonu àgg si Yaya Jammeh.
Yes, I said it on that day because I knew that if I say it on that day, it will reach Yaya Jammeh.
And what happened afterwards?
Lu xew gannaaw boobu.
After the third day, si lañ ma bàyyi.
The following day or the third day, but that waxoon nga ne ku bés boobu mooy ñeenteeli fan bi.
Waa ñeenteel bi juróomi fan bi toocoo nañ ma waaye si lañ ma bàyyi.
Yes, I was tortured on the 5th day, so the 6th day I was released.
After it and mum yaay jame dak na bajo ak boot bajo ak yop dak na len.
After that, Yaya Jammeh dismissed both Bajo Akan
ak director NIA
and the director of the
general NIA.
Yes.
Numo Kujabi. After lolitan ne ñom lañu tan seen code bi tan mu ñëwaat back to court of appeal also ñu seen ki fona code bi ci ñaan.
And it was after that Langtombong and others case came to court of appeal and there were some changes.
Why time book already ñom sentence nañ la non to death.
But at that time they were already sentenced to death before I gave out this information.
How did it change?
Gisoon naa ñuy demaat court seen lawyer bi ñëwaat de appealate, so it was on till ba ñu leen a bàyyi.
I saw that they returned to court and their lawyers came back again and they were going to court and later on they were released.
No, they were never released on the basis of the trial.
No, on the basis pardon, presidential pardon time.
They were pardoned.
Do you know why you were released?
Xam nga li tax ñu bàyyi.
Lu tax ñu bàyyi ma. Gis naa ne Yaya Jammeh xam na ni xam na ma te xam naa itam ni xam na ne kii lu wax dëgg la. Because somebody ku ma xam ne man dëgg la laay wax.
Yaya Jammeh knew me and I know Yaya Jammeh and I think he realized that I am somebody who always tells the truth.
But if that is your belief, why would he send people to torture you? As you claim he knew that you were being tortured.
Su fekkee ne yow loolu nga gëm bon lan a tax muy ebal nit ñi pour ñu ñëw di la métital di la dóor kon ko yow wax nga ne moom xam na li doon dox.
Man suma torture bi nit moo dem accuse ma.
But as for my torture, somebody went and accused me.
Not ne Yaya Jammeh moo dem ne wax ne Alagie dem leen jële ko ngeen torture ko.
Not that Yaya Jammeh told them go for Alagie Gaye and
that you were arrested, correct?
Wax nga ñu ne Yaya Jammeh xam na ne arreston nañ la.
Non lu ma wax mooy bés bu Yaya Jammeh mbokkam ñëwee de fodde si laa xam ne Yaya Jammeh kat dañu xam ne Alagie téye nañ ko.
Well, I said that on the 4th day when Yaya Jammeh's relative came as part of the team, that's when I knew that now Yaya Jammeh is aware of what's going on.
And that person came to attend your interrogation, obviously, or ostensibly as a representative of Yaya Jammeh to know what was going on, so that he could report back. Correct.
Kooku dafa ñëwoon pour fekkee laaj yi nga xam ne moom lañ la doon laaj bon daal mun nañoo wax ne moom dafa ñëwoon pour teewal fa Yaya Jammeh ngir xam liy xew bu paree dem nettalil ko lam fa jëlee.
Wow.
Yes.
And in spite of that person's presence, you were tortured.
Waaye terewul de la fa kooku teew tamit terewul métital nañ la.
Wow.
Yes.
And you would accept that as representative of Yaya Jammeh to witness what has happened or what was happening, he would go back and report to him what went on.
Te yow nag comme ni nga ko gisee ne moom dafa ñëw teew fa ci turu Yaya Jammeh xam li xew ak li dox ci kanamam yëpp bu paree dina dem wax ko li nga xam ne moom la fa gis.
Wow.
Yes.
And as Yaya Jammeh's representative, you would accept that he is someone trusted to go and do or to carry out the task, which was to observe what was going on and to report back to him.
Te kon nag moom dafa teewal Yaya Jammeh comme nit la koo xam ne moom óolu na ko pour mu dem xamal ko li nga xam ne moo fa nekk bu paree dem nettalil ko.
Wow.
Yes.
And we should expect that under those circumstances, the guy would have reported that you were tortured.
Te dinañ war a séntu ne nag ci anam yooyu bon bu delloo dina wax Yaya Jammeh ne am na métital yu nga doon teg.
Wow. Yes. I don't know. No, I don't know.
And in spite of that, you were also tortured subsequently.
Waaye terewul tam de gannaaw bi tamit dal na la defaat yeneen métit.
Wow, I mean,
yes, but that time he didn't come. He attended the session only once.
And your case was so important that the NIA Director of Operations, in fact, personally presided over your interrogation.
Te yow sa mbir amoon na solo am solo boo xam ne ki nga xam ne sax moom moo jiite woon NIA yëpp moom daf daan ñëw pour teew pour seede laajte yi nga xam ne moom lañ la doon laaj.
Waaw ñooñu lépp luñ gis ne lii mën naa jëriñ Yaya Jammeh bi te mën na ko itam ñoom loolu la ñu loolu mooy moo leen di jox place.
As for them, whatever interests Yaya Jammeh, that's what they always follow, because this is what creates positions for them.
In fact, therefore, in view of all these that we have just discussed in the last 2 minutes, so that Yaya Jammeh was clearly in the picture about what was the accusation against you and how you were treated in order to elicit this information out of you.
Daham sax buñ sukkandikoo ci li nga xam ne moom lañ fi wax yépp diiri ñaari minute yi nga xam ne moo weesu nii bon Yaya Jammeh xamoon na lépp loo xam ne moo doon dox foofu ci sa mbir.
Waaw.
Yes.
Yaya Jammeh sanctioned your torture.
Yaya Jammeh moo waral sa dóor yi nga doon dóor.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you very much. How did you come to be released?
Naka lañ la fara mujjee bàyyi nag.
dama toog rek the 6th on the 11th.
I was just there on the 6th day, which coincided with the 11th of the month.
Around 5 o'clock.
Maybe around 5 o'clock.
You know, a number of your wife or your relative. Number of wives.
They asked me to give them a number of my wife or a relative. I gave them my wife's number.
You call her?
They called her.
You asked my brother?
He came with my brother.
Usman Bojang.
Usman Bojang.
You report to him.
They reported to him. He came. He said to me, your shirt and your trousers, the way they look.
We will not allow you to go. You should
go home, but we will not allow you to go to your home with these clothes. He brought other clothes for me, which I wore.
Why wouldn't they allow you to go home with these clothes? What was on it?
All
my clothes were stained with blood.
Do you still have those clothes by any chance?
He said, I will not go and it's Usman Bojang who took them from me.
And then what happened?
He brought other clothes for me. My brother came.
Something like that.
Yeah, he said he should sign a bond for me just to guarantee me, something like that.
And then you were released.
Wow, yes, that's when I was released.
Were you charged with an offense?
You didn't ask me or tell me. Usman Bojang told me only one thing.
Ibrahim Cham, he said to me, Ibrahim Cham, but some time ago, this man was a junior under my father. Farm worker.
Farm worker.
Who works at my father's farm.
He used to work at my father's farm.
So, Usman
Bojang said to me
that Ibrahim
Cham, he told them
American government
that the American government
must sponsor.
They sponsored me.
I'm training rebels in Casamas.
I'm training rebels in Casamas. So that I can overthrow Yaya Jammeh's government. They gave me a gun. And I left these guns in my house inside the ceiling. And that night also, when they came into my house,
after in
fact, when I was released and went home, I saw what they did, because on the whole they stood on top of my cupboard and checked in my ceiling, but they didn't see anything there. He said to us, we have arrested him. He was telling lies. He didn't do anything. We took him all the way to Casamas. We ourselves with the junglers. He cannot tell us anything and we are unable to see anything. And that man, the police themselves were looking for him.
Because Bundung police station among a record of criminal.
Because he had a crime recorded at the Bundung police station.
Bara amnakova.
He had the same crime recorded at Bara.
At Farafenni and the same thing.
And the same thing at Farafenni.
Did the NIA officers tell you whether or not they had a case against you?
NIA ndax wax nañ la ne ñoom am na loo xam ne daal yoon teg na la ko.
NIA waxuma loolu bu ma demee charge office bu ma bàyyee ma demaat report si la ma ñoom kii nii ñu ma fekkoon foofu noonu si lañ ma wax ne there is no case on you because police ñu ne yow duñ la mën a charge. Nothing they found on you.
When I was released, I went back to the police and the charge office. That's the time when they gave me this information that the police said they had nothing on you, so this is why they cannot charge you.
Which charge office did you go to?
Man charge office nga dem?
My NIA charge office at the NIA headquarters.
That's the charge office at the NIA headquarters.
Did they say anything about how Yaya Jammeh would react if he knew the situation?
Ndax wax nañ la Yaya Jammeh fekkee ne yëg na mbir yi ni mu demee naka la ko jëlee?
Waaw kii nii Sukuta who? NIA officer la woon foofu noonu waaye moom tam foog naa now is late.
Sukuta, he was an NIA officer, but I think now he is off late.
Samba Sala, Sukuta Jammeh. Samba Sala, waaw Sukuta Jammeh. Samba Sala. Binta amna Binta bu fa nekk Binta something. Aïssatou Djiba.
Aïssatou Djiba.
Kooku itam is late benn jigéen loon.
She is also late.
ñoom laa fa fekkoon.
These are the people I found there.
So bu ma ñu laaj ma mu explain la.
They asked me and I explained to them.
ñu ne ma ñun we are not responsible amul dara lu ñu bind fii.
They told me that we are not responsible and there's nothing that we are going to write.
Kon lenn mën nañ la ko wax.
But we can tell you one thing.
Yaya Jammeh bu ko déggee.
If Yaya Jammeh should hear this.
Bu xamee ne this what happened.
If he knows that this is what has happened.
All of these people ñu ne ma ñii dañ am problème ñu ne ma suñu boss sax dana am problème.
He said all of these people will have a problem. Even our boss will have a problem.
ñu ne ma.
They said to me.
wax na yow foofu su ko wax na yow mu ne ma information bi nga joxe ni ñun xam nañ ko te dëgg la but the money involved we don't know it.
Sukuta said to me the information you gave us is true but the money involved is what we don't know.
loolu laa kii.
So ultimately your case did not go anywhere, you were not charged.
Bon nag sama mbir yàlla demut fenn mel ni caajul la dara loo xam ne moom nga def.
Dara nothing.
Dara nothing absolutely.
And you have explained the injuries that you sustained.
Wax nga fi gaañu gaañu yi nga xam ne moom nga ci jëlee.
And how did this all impact your life?
Loolu yépp nag naka la la def ci sa dunda?
Waaw.
Yes.
Ba léegi nii fu ma toll léegi nii at this present moment.
Yes, up to now, up to this present moment.
am naa problème suma bët yi.
I have a problem with my eyes.
Ma skull bi nii dafa dugg.
My skull just went inside.
The skeleton.
Well, inside skull bi nekk waaw si pax bi nekk foofu noonu si biir. Instead of mu am gap dafa dugga.
There should have been a gap on my back. Maybe it was the skeletal backbone, but now there are no holes which should have been present there.
Dr. Marena.
Dr. Marena.
Lu ma wax mooy lii.
What he told me is this.
Mu ne ma yow maanaam sa situation nu mel.
Told me that how your situation is.
Present.
I cannot say that.
Bu nekkee ne loolu am na.
But if that is the case,
xam naa ne in future.
I know in the future.
danaa suffer.
You will suffer.
Ndax impact bu ma am nii.
Because the impact I have.
Bu imagine since 2011 up to date.
If you imagine from 2011 up to date.
We feel pain every day.
I feel pain every day.
Pain bu noonu ba dem nekk addict still now I'm putting on.
And that pain now becomes, I'm addicted to that pain and still I'm having that pain. Sometimes if it troubles me a lot, I will just lean.
Sometimes then,
sometimes, I don't want anybody to force me. If you want to force me, it makes me angry.
Small pin am na problem am it an ulcer because of xiif mu doon xiif at di ma foofu noonu du ma daan kii nii du ma daan am lekka loolu dama cause ulcer.
Well, it also gave me ulcer because during that time, the hunger that I was living with, I don't have food to eat, that also caused me to have ulcer. My leg also is just like it's limp. Numb. Doesn't function like that. These are my main problems today.
No further question, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Council, and thank you, Mr. Gaye, for testimony.
Council. Mr. Gaye,
Commissioners, if you have any questions, please indicate.
Commissioner, if you can, I'm not in your light, you like Lako.
Imam Jallo, you have the floor, please.
Imam Jallo wants to ask a question.
Witness, I'm serving in the armed forces of the Gambia. You experienced brutality from the hands of the same officers you were serving with.
Wow.
Your security reform sector is on now. What recommendations would you give to this body? Ensure that these bad attitudes nurtured by members of the security forces is stopped. It's shameful what has been done to you and to others. Thank you.
Thank you. The first thing I will say is that now, today, the reason why these things happen, what should have been and what should have been in the forefront is not existing.
Gambia. Abolish torture si Gambia fee at any level.
Whatsoever the case may be, torture should be abolished in the Gambia and anywhere, whatsoever the case may be.
You ban torture in this country.
Wherever or whatsoever the case may be, torture should be banned in this country. I want
you, National Assembly,
the National Assembly, and all good Gambian citizens, those people who love this country,
pass a bill
they should make sure that a bill should be passed.
You put it into law
and put it and make it a law.
You ban torture in the Gambia.
Ban torture in this Gambia. That's the solution.
The security reform.
And the security reform. That's what we are just talking about. Let them make sure.
United Nations.
The United Nations. Things that are human rights.
Make sure
let it make sure that the soldiers know it. If the soldiers, if they know what they should do and what they shouldn't do, nobody will push them to do things that they know that they shouldn't do. If you look at things, I was a soldier.
Is from United Nations.
I have never seen any material or any write-up from the United Nations. I'm not saying that it's not available.
Why United Nations?
But I want the United Nations.
We Gambia, we African.
Whether it's Gambia or any African.
No problem. We can solve my name. Definitely,
that we Africans, let's know what we should do. But if we don't know what to do, and when these things are done, you come and later blame us, then that's not right.
United Nations in the why do them this makes on a soldier training, trainer as soldiers. This therefore make a part of our training. But the Kabuneka Africa fii da nga ko war a am surtout Gambia si boppam.
I'm not saying that the United Nations doesn't do it, but these things should be part of the training of the military and other security units. Because if that is done, that will be the ultimate solution of the problem. And not only Gambia, but in the whole of Africa.
Today, America is a democratic country.
Today, if you see America is a democratic country,
America can
America, nobody can touch anybody there.
One time,
the reason why they take detainees or arrested people to Guantanamo is because in America they've banned torturing there. This is why they take people to Guantanamo.
Guantanamo.
To Guantanamo and rendition. Yeah, if you have any further questions. Fine, thank you very much. Mr. Gaye, if you have any concluding remarks, if you can please proceed to make them now.
Mr. Gaye, bu fekkee ne am na yenn kàddu yu mujj nag yoo bëgg a gaaral fii mun nga koo def léegi.
Waaw, auzu billahi mina shaytaani rajiim, bismillahi rahmaani rahiim.
I begin in the name of Allah. Today, what I don't want is, what happened to us, I don't want that to reoccur and allow it to happen to the soldiers in the Gambia. As for us, what has happened to us?
Officer soldier build friendship or relationship.
If an officer should come to a junior officer and start building friendship or a close relationship, even if it is on the truth, or even if it is not on the truth, we should run away from that and stop it here. Because the officers, they have a role, they have their own role. The reason why I'm saying this, somebody like me, me and him, we used to sit down and cook. The reason why he became so powerful, he was somebody who used to help soldiers. Even if they are wrong, he will still stand and help them. They told us that this is not correct. They are not good paid, good salaries.
Soldat bo xamna dal ci gatal dal dafa ñew muy officer mi de keneen lu bari wax mi de dala outal lo xamne ni pour yow nga and ak mom xamal ne amna lo xamne ni ëlëk loolu la bari. If you see an officer coming to a soldier and talking to him, going into things and talking a lot, you should know that there is something which this person wants. Te ñun Gambia fi, and as for us in the Gambia here, nañ leen di bayyi di setan. Let's stop being passive or looking at things passively. The truth belongs to Allah. If you tell somebody the truth, even if it pains him, if he knows that it's the truth, if he goes to bed, he will sleep. But here, what we saw here, how we lived here, should be changed, should completely be changed. How are we going to do that? Today, if you have a problem, your friends all run away from you. Your family members run away from you. And they said they are Muslims. And you are afraid to tell the truth. You are afraid of a person, a human being. But tomorrow you should know that you are going to face your Creator. And whatever you are doing, you didn't think about your Creator. I think in the Gambia here, when people come together, and when we see that it's not the truth, let's try and take it away from here.
But it shouldn't be part of insults.
Kilifa yi ñoo war a téye seen bopp ñu jël seen place yi kilifa.
The elders should take up their positions, take up their roles, and become elders as they should be.
Bu gisee may wax kàddu bi.
The reason why I am saying this,
ngeen baalal ma.
just please forgive me.
Kilifa yi si biti ñu baalal ma.
And the elders outside also should forgive me.
waaye ñun dañ naan gis fii ni kilifa yi bëri dem di topp Yaya Jammeh du ko bayal ci toolam.
Yes, but I have seen a lot of elders following Yaya Jammeh, going to work on his farm.
kon ñun xale yi naka la ñoo def.
But so we, the younger ones, what are we going to do?
foofu rek ñoo toppaat rek.
We will just follow the same footsteps.
Gambia fii.
Gambia here.
man time Jawara.
During Jawara's time,
dama daan gis ne Jawara si boppam.
I used to see that Jawara himself,
Imam Ratib. ak ñetti kilifa fàttewuma fàtte na la ñu mënta nekk ci midi state ñoo daan dem wax ko toppatoo ko mu jee.
Plus 3 elders, I forgot them, but whatever happens, I've seen that they will go, sit down and follow it up and work out things until everything is calm.
foog naa ne tey.
I think today,
la Jawara fi bàyyoon fii.
what Jawara left here,
ñun xam nañ ko.
we know.
dafa joxoon kilifa yi cër.
He gave respect and allowed the elders to take up their role.
ne kilifa yi ñëwaat ñu jël cër boobu.
Let the elders come back and take up that role.
ndax tey toll nañ foo xam ne Gambia.
But today we've reached a level, the Gambia,
ku neex lu ko neex mu wax.
anybody can say whatever you want to say.
démocratie am na waa baax na.
Democracy is existing, yes, it's good.
waaye nañ jox cër kilifa yi.
But let's give the elders their rights and their role.
kilifa yi tam bu ñu toog de seetaan.
Let the elders also not sit down and just be watching passively.
nañ play seen role.
Let them take up and play their roles.
waaye Gambia ci boppam.
But Gambia itself,
fu ñu mujj.
where are we going to end up?
man ñi ci dëgg rek lay mën a nekk.
It has to be the truth only.
waaye kilifa yi rek ñu mën a lii loolu.
But it is the elders who should be the leading people, who should lead that.
foog naa ne itam.
And I think also that
lii boo gisee mi ko wax.
the reason why I'm saying this,
mooy disposition bu ma wax si nii.
just the person I'm about to talk about.
Gambians yi nga xam ne yàlla may na leen xel ñu jàng.
The Gambians who were endowed with knowledge, they are learned people.
ñu am xam-xam.
Those who are knowledgeable, those with people who have enough knowledge.
ñaan naa leen ngir yàlla ñu toog ci réew mi ñu jàppale presse nguur gi fu mënta nekk ñu jàppale ko. ndax ña am xam-xam bu jógee fii nii ñëpp dem.
I'm appealing
amul xam-xam rek ñuy rul te ñoom bu ñu wala yàqu dafa.
I'm appealing to those people with knowledge. Let them sit in the country, help the government to work this country, to develop this country. But if all the educated, highly knowledgeable people leave, it is the rank and file who will remain here. And when they become rulers, it is going to be bad.
loolu nag.
And that,
foog na ne maa ngi koy ñaan ñi nga xam ne yàlla may na leen xam-xam.
I'm appealing to those who God has endowed with enough knowledge.
waxuma ne ñëpp a ko def de.
I'm not saying everybody is doing that.
am na Gambien yoo xam ni.
There are Gambians.
dañoo dem am international appointment.
They go and get international
am
appointment.
seen experience.
Get their experience.
come back ñu liggéeyal réew mi.
And come back and work for the nation.
te loolu moo ñu yóbbu.
And that's what is going to take us along.
ndax ña am xam-xam.
Those with knowledge,
buñ bàyyee dëkk bi.
if they leave the country,
ñu bàyyi fi ñi nga xam ne ni xamuñ dara.
and they leave people here who don't know anything,
worse than Yaya Jammeh sax moo fi am.
something worse than Yaya Jammeh's era, that's what's going to happen here.
kon nañ bàyyi suñu xel bu baax.
Let's be very mindful.
man duma di gis sax changes am na Gambia.
Me, doo gisuloo ne changes am na Gambia.
ndax Gambia ci boppam.
That Gambia, I haven't seen that changes have taken place in the Gambia because Gambia
rek la mën a nekk.
Gambia can only remain Gambia.
doomi Gambia ñoom moom Gambia.
Gambians own the Gambia.
bu baaxee ñoom la.
If it is good, it is them.
bu bonee itam ñoom la.
If it is bad, it's the Gambians.
man nag.
As for me,
suma diggante la la.
Between me and Allah,
képpal ku ma def dara.
anybody that I have offended,
man ku ma def dara man suma boppam.
if anybody did something to me,
jégal na la te yàlla tax.
I have forgiven you because of Allah.
ndax yàlla dafa wax loolu.
Because Allah has already said that.
ne man fu ma jaar ma jaar sa loxo nga tojoo mi te nga def ma lu ma def.
Maybe I've gone through your hands, you tortured me or did something to me. I thank Allah, I didn't die. A lot of other people died.
So
and I thank Allah. I'm thanking chairman.
Vice chairman.
My thanks to the vice chairperson.
Commissioners.
Thanks to the commissioners.
Media.
Thanks to the media. My thanks to my two children, my two sons who are sitting down here. Daughters, my two daughters who are here.
Wassalam.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gaye, for your concluding remarks and for your appearance here to assist us in fulfilling our mandate.
Jërëjëf Mr. Gaye ci li nga xam ne nangu nga pour ñëw toog fii joxe fi sa seede nga xam ne loolu dinañu dimbale ci sas bi nga xam ne moom lañ yore.
Sorry that you had to endure a lot of suffering in the hands of NIA in Tanje.
ñu ngi la masaw bu baax a baax ci mitital bi nga xam ne daj nga ko ci loxo NIA yi foofa ca Tanje.
We take due note of your suggestion about Gambian armed forces being made aware of international humanitarian law instruments.
Dinañ bàyyi xel bu baax nag xalaat bi nga xam ne moom nga ko fi joxe nii pour waa Gambia yi ñu bàyyi xel li nga xam ne moo di luwaa yi àddina si bokka lu aju ci ni nga xam ne noonu lañ ko war a fonkee.
When we come to our findings and recommendations, we would have that in mind.
Bu ñëwee nag ci suñ ndogal yu mujj yi nga xam ne moom lañu tëral ci suñ wàlli liggéey dinañ ko bàyyi waale xel.
Again, we thank you very much for coming to testify before the Commission.
Ba léegi nag ñu ngi laa gërëm bu baax li nga nangoo ñëw joxe sa seede fii ci kanam commission bi.
We'll now take a lunch break and then come back at 3 o'clock.
Léegi ñu dem noppaleku juwaat dellu si waat ñetti waxtu.
The meeting is adjourned. Thank you all very much.
dëgg bëgg am ndawal gu sell ndawal gu set ndawal goo xam ni alal dong lay dogal doxantul te Central Butcher am nañu ñaari makkaan ña nga ca Keraba avenue jàkkaarloog Africell wante waa Central Butcher dañ leen ibil makkaan gu bees Central Butcher nekk sa Sky Blue Plaza jàndandoo Xéewal supermarket Central Butcher ca bijjuloo lu bees dàqal gaañ kon yéen ñi may déglu doxantu leen fa amal nañ leen mincemeat brisket Osobuco Obama, T-bone steak, beef steak, round steak, entrecôte, lamb goat, lamb chops, liver, shawarma meat, yamuñu ca amal nañ leen cow foot amal leen laxas amal leen nag lii di filet bakkaat gu bees tàqale gaañ pour yéen customers yi doxantu leen fa gaaw dinañ ibi from Monday to Sunday 7 days of the week Monday to Saturday yi nag ñu fas yéene ibi 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday ñu ibi leen 9:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Central Butcher seen dawal halal la nagu réew mi xaru réew mi la ñuy jël daal di leen koy defaral ba mu baax pour yéen askan wi Central Butcher daw leen gaaw wuti leen daw leen gaaw seeti leen Central Butcher ca bijuloo mën nga leen woo ci 303 8761 303 8761 wala boog 258 9583 kon gaañ daw leen gaaw léegi-léegi Central Butcher foofu kese la dëgg bëgg am ndawal gu sell ndawal gu set ndawal goo xam ni alal dong lay dogal doxantul te Central Butcher am nañu ñaari makkaan ña nga ca Keraba avenue jàkkaarloog Africell wante waa Central Butcher dañ leen ibil makkaan gu bees